Can Keir Starmer survive this? Corbyn and Sultana's new party is changing everything. Okay, this is the kind of political shakeup that makes you stop and ask, is the Labour Party about to collapse from the inside? Because while Starmer's team insists everything's under control, behind the scenes it's chaos. And now, with Jeremy Corbyn and Zarah Sultana making their boldest move yet, insiders say this could be the end of Starmer's grip on the left. A new party, a new message, and most importantly, new momentum. So here's the question. Can Keir Starmer survive this? Let's get into it. Just a few months ago, the idea of a serious left-wing challenge to Starmer seemed like fantasy. Corbyn was still suspended from the parliamentary Labour Party. Zarah Sultana, though popular among younger voters, was isolated, labelled too radical by the party elite. But now, that fantasy has just become very real. Over the weekend, sources close to both Corbyn and Sultana confirmed what many had suspected for weeks. Talks of launching a new political party are no longer speculative, they're actively underway. The name hasn't been announced yet, but insiders say the structure is already forming a leftist, anti-establishment movement that rejects what they call Blairism 2.0. And it's not just a vanity project. Former Labour councillors, climate justice groups, trade unionists, and even grassroots anti-austerity networks, many are reportedly lining up to support it. And if that sounds familiar, it should. Because this is exactly how momentum started building for Corbyn in 2015. Only now, it's happening outside the Labour machine. No internal rules to block candidates. No whip to silence voices. Just raw political energy aimed directly at the establishment. And the timing couldn't be more brutal for Starmer. With a general election expected within the next 12 months, Labour was hoping for a clean narrative. Steady leadership. Economic discipline. Unity. But that story just got torpedoed. One senior Labour source reportedly told The Guardian, if this party launches before the election, even in just a few constituencies, it splits the vote. It's a nightmare scenario. And on social media, the reactions have been electric. One user wrote, Zarah and Corbyn in the same party? Finally, people with actual convictions, not career politicians. Another tweeted, I'm done voting tactically. If they run, I vote with my heart. That may sound emotional, but for Starmer's team, it's terrifying. Because here's what they know. The people rallying behind Corbyn and Sultana aren't fringe extremists. They're nurses, students, renters, pensioners, people who feel Labour has left them behind. Especially on Palestine, on climate, on poverty, on immigration. Sultana recently made headlines for calling out Labour's silence on the Gaza conflict. Corbyn, as always, has been vocal, attending protests, giving speeches, refusing to soften his stance. And now, the two are drawing a line in the sand. No more compromises. No more backroom deals. No more waiting for Labour to go back to what it was. So what does this mean for Starmer? Let's be clear, the Labour leader still enjoys high polling numbers. But analysts warn that numbers don't win elections. Turnout does. And if even a small percentage of progressive voters defect to Corbyn's new party or simply stay home, it could tip the scales in key battlegrounds. Especially in cities like Birmingham, Sheffield, Liverpool, and even London. Imagine this. A 1,000-vote swing in a marginal seat. A Labour stronghold losing to the Tories because the left split down the middle. Starmer winning nationally, but with a weakened, bitterly divided party behind him. Suddenly, the so-called safe path to number 10 looks a lot less secure. And here's the irony. Starmer was supposed to be the unity candidate. He promised to end factionalism, to bring Labour together. But by forcing out Corbyn, marginalizing Sultana, and tightening the whip, he's created the very storm he feared. Now, a parallel left is rising, and it's no longer waiting for permission. And it's not just about ideology. This new movement is tapping into something deeper. Disillusionment. Not just with Labour, but with politics itself. A generation raised on protest, not party loyalty. Voters who watched COVID profits soar while food bank lines grew longer. People who feel lied to, over and over. They don't want centrist slogans. They want action. And if Corbyn and Sultana can build a party that speaks directly to that, not through corporate media, but through TikTok, community halls, WhatsApp groups, that's when things really start to shift. So, what happens next? Starmer has a choice. He can reach out, try to rebuild bridges, soften positions, welcome back the left. He can double down, bet on the media, the polls, and the hope that this new party fizzles out. But history says this: when people feel ignored for long enough, they don't disappear. They organize. And right now, that's exactly what's happening. So buckle up, because the next few months could reshape British politics more than any election poll ever could. And the real question is no longer if the left will split. It's whether Starmer will survive when it does.